Hello folks, it's Rich 220 and we're at it again. This time we're going to clean the actual engine block with the same kind of sandpaper. That way it makes it a little bit cleaner and I don't have to worry about any residual gasket stuff being on there to prevent it from sealing up. And I have to go back and forth to the clean sink in order to re-dip this in diesel fuel, but yeah, I'm going to have this thing running the way it should. I don't want any imperfections or any problems with the heads or with the block. And it's a 600 grit sandpaper, so I'm not putting any pressure on it. I'm just trying to get the old gasket off, that's all. The impression from the old gasket. And that is how we do it. Now, because the camera is right there, I'm going to pause this for a minute. And let's see. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, folks. I don't know how well you can see it, but I'm actually going to clean the block itself too, where the head goes, because there may be foreign debris or something in it as well, and you really don't want that, you know. And there's not enough on here to scrape with a scraper, so you know you have to do it with a sheet of 600 grit sandpaper would work just fine. Yep, I gotta get in here really deep, so I gotta go all the way back. And when it starts to wear, then we have to roll it around the other way. So we'll go like this. Actually, we can rip it in half. Clean surface is a perfect surface. That way you can get this car running properly. It has debris and foreign elements on it. It's not going to work out. Okay. Now let's see what that does. Still got a lot on there yet. I was watching that stupid Family Matters sitcom this morning, and there's a part where I guess Eddie actually gets a stolen radio put in his police car that's purple, and he's trying to show Steve how it sounds, and Steve changes the channel to a yodeling station, and does this stupid little Irish or jig or whatever you want to call it, and he just looks so dumb. Like, I can't believe they got people to do things like that in the 80s. Well, they paid him. They must have paid him pretty good, because I never heard him complain about it. And the thing is, the actor was never really that dumb looking, you know, at all. But they played him out like that, which I thought was funny. Like a nerd clown. Yeah. Well, that might have been the reason why I had a leak here, because this block was not exactly what we call clean. Yeah. Well, that's starting to look better. Oh yeah. That's looking a lot better. You can still feel it though. This takes a while, folks. It's like the head, you know? It's the connecting other end, so yeah, I gotta make sure this is good too, you know? Get all that debris out of there. Let's see this piece of paint right here. There, goodbye. Don't need that falling in there. And so some things just stick in your head, you know, when you're working and stuff like that. Sometimes it's stupid, but it's funny. Okay. See what I'm doing in here. There. I'm trying to clean the actual block of any residuals, so that way I don't have a hard time when I put it back on and it doesn't have a problem sealing. So yeah, that's what I'm doing, folks. Okay, back to work. Today I'm going to run to the store and get some oil for this, so I can drain out the oil pan. I want to take a look at these lifters, because somebody told me when I was running it the last time it sounded like some lifters exploded or were what they call it, collapsed, but they're not. The ones I can see anyway are not. Okay, let's see. Back to this. That darn tarp keeps making that noise, and it sounds like some kind of animal is over there. Spooks the hell out of me. Because as you guys know, I've actually had bears out here, and I came out not too long after the bear left. I was just surprised it never came back. So yeah, this time we're going to make sure the head goes on there properly, and there's not going to be any reason for it not to leak. This is not something I did the first time, which is what I should have done. So now that I have the chance again, I'm going to make sure I do everything properly, or at least as proper as I can with what I have. It's not going to repair itself. It's not Christine. Yeah. I don't even know what the heck they called that back then. They had a name for it. All the older people used to go to those places. some kind of German thing or whatever. I think it's German or Dutch or something. Yep, I just want this to be as good as it can be, that's all. Not sanding it down so we get shavings of cast iron or anything. It's just cleaning the surface, folks. That's all. I got one piston over here that was dark black, which is the, let's see, 2, 4, number 6 piston. So I want to make sure that that's cleaned off too, because if it's clean, then it may wind up running a little bit better than if it wasn't. So yeah. And the good thing about this is when I'm doing it, heck, it won't have any oil. I mean, it won't be rusty. So because there's oil in diesel fuel, and yeah, that should keep it pretty good and away from rusting. Okay, now we got to get this side right around that little nub that the head sits on. It's like a little round circle sticking up from the head. You got one on each side. And once I get this on there, then I can put the gasket on. But I got to get all this stuff out of the cylinder too, the oil and stuff. So I'm taking my time with it, folks. I'm not rushing, and there's no better way to do this that I can think of than doing it the way I'm doing it right now. So yeah, it's going to take some time, but at least this time it's going to be done right. It's going to come out decent. Oh, and in case y'all wonder why I'm doing this, here's the old gasket. That's the old head gasket. For some reason, it didn't seat, and you can see these little rust spots. I don't know what the heck caused that. You got them on that side too. But the blue stuff is still there. The gasket's still, and that's why I'm saying I thought maybe I might be able to use them again, but I'm not going to take the chance. I mean, I can hang them up and put them somewhere where it's flat, you know, and, you know, maybe get that copper stuff or whatever it is in order to reuse them if I ever had to again. But at this point, it's really just, you know, pointless. I mean, I already have the kit. They were only $35 for the kit, because a friend of mine worked me out a deal on them. I got them from what was it, Advanced Auto Parts, and they're Velcro, so you can hear the birds chirping already. You know it's springtime. They're happy as can be. Let me see what I can do here. I want to get this cleaned up and have it ready to go in. Let's see what happens when I wipe it. Nice, the piston looks better already. Okay. Let's see what we got up here. Oh, it don't look bad at all. Okay. here. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm going to be working on this for a while, but I want you guys to see what I am doing here. Okay, and the front part of the head, or the block head, looks good. The back has still got to be cleaned. The third piston back is number 6. And all I did was take the sandpaper and just lightly go over it to clean the black carbon buildup off of it. So that's what I'm doing. And it was the only one that was black out of all of them. So, yeah. Nice. Using 600 grit sandpaper is not going to destroy this block or the head unless I'm sanding it for like 2 or 3 days, you know. And the only thing I'm trying to do is get off the impression of the old gasket being there. So that way I can put this back together and not have any issues when I run it this time. So I've seen them do it on YouTube. There was a video that they posted where a guy used a wooden board or whatever, but he sanded it with a lot coarse paper than what I got here. I mean, heck, this is like almost nothing. 600 grit. 600 grit is pretty smooth, you know, and you really don't have to put any pressure on it because it'll do it by itself. And I did get rid of the rust on the lip on the number 2 cylinder. So that's awesome. I'm happy about that. Yep, a couple spots I messed up here in the beginning, which I can get now. All off. Okay, so you get the general idea of what I'm doing here. I'm making shorter videos because I don't want you guys to be sitting there being bored out of your mind watching the back of me or my arm or my butt crack or something else, you know what I mean? This way you get the general idea. You can see how the cylinders are. They're clean. There's no, you know, debris or anything in them. There's no scuffing. So we're golden as far as that goes. I'm just getting the outer border cleaned up so that way there's nothing left over to block it from sealing up when I put the head gaskets on and the heads back on. And to my knowledge, the inner head bolts and outer have to be done at 70 foot-pounds. Okay? That's the extent of it. Any more than that, you may wind up breaking the bolts or snapping the heads off the bolt. And you don't want to do that because you don't want that stuck in your engine block. You'll never be able to get another one on. So, yeah, that's where we're at right now. And, you know, see, my hair's still a mess. Sure enough. Well, I don't care. It's Sunday. I'm up before most people are. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. And hit the bell for post notifications. And don't forget to share this with your friends. I'll see you in the next one, folks. Next time, you'll see me working on the other head. Because that one will be off. And it will be in the sink. And it'll be the same thing. Me cleaning it off. And then I have to check the timing chain marks to make sure that the bottom gear is up at 12. There's a little dot on it. And the top gear is down at 6, the little dot on it. Now, the distributor, before I yanked everything apart, was set at number 1. The rotor itself, the point that throws the spark into there, all right? That was at number 1 receptacle on the distributor cap, okay? And, well, let me see something. Hold on a second. I think I still got the harmonic balancer on here. And I didn't really get it well the last time, so I figured, well, maybe y'all could see it this time. Let me take this, unplug it. And, nope, can't see it. Got to uncover this. Okay. All right. Now, if you see the line on a dampener or harmonic balancer there, okay, and you see the mark that's on the timing chain cover, okay, this is about as close to 1 as it's going to get, or 0. And then, of course, remember I had the piston come all the way up with the spark plug wire, or the spark plug hole had a screwdriver in it. Okay, now 1 corresponds with 6, okay? And 6, as you can see, is the 3rd one in. Okay, that's all the way up. So if that's up, number 1 here is up. And that's what you want. Now, if for some reason I take the timing chain cover off and that top gear and the bottom gear are not lined up, then I'm going to take the chain off and situate it so that way it is lined up. Then put it back together. But I'm not going to move anything up top. So it's just going to go back together the way it's supposed to. And then I can put the heads back on, new head gaskets, you know, all the other happy garbage. Prime up the lifters with oil, because I think that might have been one of the problems. It didn't collapse, it didn't blow up, but there was probably not enough oil primed in there in order to stop the noise. But the other reason for cleaning the heads is to make sure that there's no debris and around the valves gets cleaned, so that way there's no junk around the outer perimeter of the valves, stopping it going back into its seating hole. Okay, so that's the point behind that. Well, like I said, like and subscribe, ring the bell for post notifications, and leave a comment down below. And we'll see you in the next one, folks. Oh, and P.S. I'm trying to get monetized. There's something that I'm interested in. And the reason why I want to get monetized, I need 500 subscribers, is because not only am I fixing these cars, but I want to go to Sikeston, okay? There's a thing called No Name Nationals, and I want to be able to take these cars down. A lot of people know who I am. I have a lot of friends up here, too. One of them you guys met already. He's the one that has that 50 Chevy that I'm going to work on. But I want to go to Sikeston and participate. I want to race the car. I have a CDL license and, you know, the air brake and all that, and we've been through the same courses that the cops usually go through when they learn how to drive their patrol cars. I've been a driver over 30 years, and there's nothing wrong with my reflexes or anything else, so there shouldn't be a problem. But please, subscribe, like, and leave me a thumbs up. And do me a favor, if nothing else, please try and get me enough subscribers so I get monetized so I can actually go to Sikeston. I'm begging you. All right? Thank you. We'll see you in the next one, folks. Bye.